How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be learning about polyrhythms. So if you break down the word polyrhythms, you get poly, which means many, and rhythms, which means rhythms. So many rhythms. And that refers to playing multiple time signatures all at once at the same time. So in our case, we're going to be doing a 3 against 2 polyrhythm, which translates to playing in 3/4 time and 2/4 time at the same time. Another thing that people call it is 6 against 4. I like to call it that because most songs that I play are in 4/4 and not 2/4. So in our case, we're going to be playing a 6 against 4 polyrhythm, which means we're going to be playing in 4/4 and 6/4 at the same time. So that might sound kind of complicated, but really if you just take it step by step, it's really not so bad. So turn on the metronome here. And I want you to count triplets in 4/4 with me. So 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. If you bring that to your hands, it sounds like this: 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Okay, so the next step is playing the same thing but counting from the perspective of 6/4 time. So our hands are going to be playing at the exact same speed as before, but we're going to be counting in 6/4. So instead of counting in triplets, we're going to be counting in eighth notes, but they're just going to be more quarter notes than before. So it'll sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Okay, so with the metronome, it sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Okay, so let's bring that to our hands. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. Right? So you're playing the exact same thing as you were playing when you were in 4/4, but just counting it differently. Okay, so the next step is matching our foot with our hands. So what I want you to do is keep a steady 4/4 pulse with your right foot or left foot, either one. I'm using my right foot because I have my bass drum here. So keep that pulse going with the triplets in 4/4. Okay? 1, 2, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Good. And now with the 6/4 counting, we'll do the same thing, keeping the bass drum in the same place. So instead of the bass drum being on every quarter note like it was in 4/4, when you're counting in 6/4, it falls on beats 1, the and of 2, 4 and the end of 5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and like that. Okay, so let's get your foot going by itself while you count that. So ready? We'll do it together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and now try adding your hands in on the eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and good. Alright, so now that you got your foot tapping and your hands down in both time signatures, let's put it all together. So what I want us to do is to go back and forth between the two different countings. So we'll start in 4/4, just counting triplets and playing our feet on the quarter notes, and then after 2 measures of that, we'll go into the 6/4 counting, right? Playing the eighth notes and playing the foot on all the 4/4 quarter notes. All right, so that's going to sound like this: 1, 2, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Good. So let's try that together. 1, 2, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and 5 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So keep working on that, and if you get comfortable with that, check out the extending the journey part of the lesson plan where it talks about quarter note triplets, and because that's like taking the polyrhythms to the next level.